then if you have a girlfriend and you don't want to go clubbing, it's no different than that, right? Because there's guys at the club. What are you saying? That
yeah, but then you're intending. Yeah, but then there's the assumption that there's something that happens when you play with a girl in a game.
Well, some people, you know, I think it's a preference thing, and honestly, I don't think it's, you know, I think depending on the context, there's truth to it. To be completely fair.
Alright, Cactus, let's put him away quick, man.
I think, unfortunately...
Austin, what do you think about this?
I'm
kidding.
Here's what I think. Here's what I honestly think, okay? I think Twitch and the streamers on Twitch have brainwashed us to make every little thing into a sexist thing, misogynistic thing, racist thing. I don't think this situation is misogynistic or sexist whatsoever. I think we've been brainwashed to think every little thing is one of those like buzzword fucking cancel culture things. I don't think this Jason R thing is that.
Yeah, this guy is just kind of boned us.
Oh, I didn't buy.
I got USP'd behind a wall. I don't know about you.
You know what?
Oh yeah, no, this guy's hacking.
I got killed by the XPX guy, and it was kind of rough.
XPX is 100%.
Oh, double dang that fast?
No, they flicked it on. They for sure turned it on.
Yeah, where was that first round?
I think in that moment, I think they're both equally wrong. Whether it's from insecurity or some sense of whatever, I think it's both wrong.
I personally don't think it matters.
I'll be honest. One brings it up as a thing to do, the other one does it. It's like both wrong.
I just don't think it matters. I think the situation of Jason R was completely harmless, and the person who exposed it did more damage than Jason R did or his wife. That's my honest take on it.
Yeah, but you have to go after the person though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Not in this situation. Not in this situation.
So you go after...
He's up.
So you go after girls because...
No, you don't got the girls. The person who exposed it for the attention, it did more harm than Jason R did. Jason R DC'd from the game. Well, the guy that exposed it made it into a sexist, misogynistic thing, which brought, you know, the negative attention that Jason R was getting away from. Jason didn't ditch games because he hates women. He ditched games because his wife preferred him not to play with women. Like, it's that simple. I think it shouldn't go past that. I think gamers and these PG-13 streamers, they virtue signal and they make things their business. That's not their business. I don't think Jason or his wife are a hateful person. It's a preference thing between them, and it's their relationship. That's my honest take, and I think it's a pretty reasonable one, to be honest.
I think to not make kill people alienated, you should just 5-stack it and be like that.
I mean, he didn't make it alienated. He DC'd from games. He DC'd from games and no one knew about it until one of his mods or whoever the fuck it was exposed it and made it into that. No one knew until that person said it, right? So technically, he made no one feel alienated. Until the person who exposed it said it, no one knew that was
that actually makes more sense a little bit, yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
that makes a little bit more sense. I think it's still overall just bad optics. I think that makes it from like outrage to more understandable or like passable as not too crazy, but it's still, I think it's still bad.
We can always agree to disagree, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Two outside.
Bro, these guys are cheating for sure.
That guy is weird, I don't know.
Very weird.
Nice, cool.
Oh, of course.
Touch.
Wait, what? Did we kill that guy?
Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, he's dead.
I don't know. I'm thinking about
outside garage.
If you can justify doing that on the basis that people will never know, I think it's not a good foundation argument. Because then, what if the person doesn't want you to play with certain people or class of people, whatever, overall, and then you tell nobody, like, what matters more?
Is that killed?
The fact that people know or doing it?
Yeah, but I think the difference is one is stemming from something hateful and like foundationally racist or just hateful, right? And the other is just like an insecurity thing. The wife, you know, might not want, you know, her husband around. You know, like I said, it's an insecurity thing. It doesn't make it right. But the point is, it's not stemming from a hate for women. It's stemming from an insecurity, right, of whether the man will, you know, seek that attention. So that's the difference. One is, you know, the argument, the extreme argument of, oh, so if she doesn't want to play with a black person, right? That's inherently racist and hateful. Where she was coming from was insecure for the relationship side. It had nothing to do with hate toward women.
You know what? You know what? I'm actually gonna agree with you more than I did earlier, because I'm brainwashed. Because I just thought I'm trying to get a fucking different perspective, and I get. You know what? I agree a little bit more on the clear basis that Ninja did the same, but worded it differently, and ended up getting less hate. And I think I can kind of see it.
Yeah, he did the same exact thing. He got hate, but it wasn't.
I mean,
it's
bad. Not. I mean, it's same. It's not worse, to be honest.
You're bomb fan.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't think I'm gonna. I'm not even sure we're in this game or not.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just kind of running around and killing everyone.
I fell asleep. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm sleeping right now, but
it's like a little podcast.
If I can sleep and win, I'm all for it.
The gaming podcast.
And honestly, like, I don't even like. I'm kind of salty at all the political streamers. And I'm not just referring to Hassan. I'm referring to all the political streamers, right? Whether it be Destiny or whoever. Like, I got so much shit for the takes I had in like 2016 to 2019, and now it seems like I'm reading their Twitter posts, and they're regurgitating my takes. Right? Like
the way it comes out and the reasoning is well. Real, what
I'm
the
super
fuck?
triggered.
Molotov out. Throwing smoke.
Schizo, chat. In this situation, you're talking about Hassan. I wasn't.
By the way, join our chat if you guys are just tuning in. We're recording GTA 6 in-game radio segment for Rockstar.
Yeah.
So just don't bother trying to see what we're saying. Just.
Actually, true.
Well, no. Anyway, Schizo Radio.
Schizo Radio, I like that. The
FM 6901.
Scuff podcast. Scuff. The return of the Schizo podcast. Schizo podcast. It could be the revamp.
Has a ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
I'd watch it.
Schizo Radio.
I don't even watch podcasts, but it sounds good.
Radio Schizo. I'm not
like
being canceled.
I'm
Bro,
on
I
the
like Radio
Schizo Radio.
It's not because somebody has a take that isn't yours that they're trying to scared of being canceled. It's not really like that. Imagine they can't give a fuck these days.
Right side garage.
I got one
Nice
of them.
shot.
Thanks.
They're getting bullied right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, never mind. Do it to him. Nice.
The way I see it is...
I was reading some of Destiny's tweets. Bro, I swear he was crucifying me for me saying those things like 2-3 years ago. But to be fair, I think he did.
Wording matters
say
though.
something.
Wording matters though, for sure.
No. The wording is almost identical. Listen, to be fair though, I think he did give me credit. He said Train unironically ended up being right about everything. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm not wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong. DGGers in chat. I'm pretty sure he did give me the credit though. So to be fair, I think he did clarify that.
You know what though? Listen. So people don't know this again. I used to get to watch games, and some people I knew of would be in the game, and they would like girl whatever, and then as soon as I brought up any criticism, any trash talk like I did to anybody else, they would make it like they would do the whole oh my god, is it because I'm a girl type thing. So when I got into a game and I saw them, I just instantly muted them. I didn't give a fuck people saw it or not. I literally just as soon as I got to the lobby, instant mute. I mean, I don't have to explain myself to anybody. But I don't,
well, yeah.
Because people know. If they don't know, well, fuck them. Because they don't deserve an explanation. They don't.
Yeah. It's gone to a point where, right, like, I feel like and this is fair. Everyone wants to be treated equally, right? But if they want to be treated equally, then they have to understand that if I say, fuck you, you suck, bitch, I'm not saying bitch because it was a woman. I would say that to a man as well. But I feel like when I say that, if it ended up being a woman, they'll take it in a way that I only said as a woman. Therefore, I can't treat them equally. I have to treat them nicer, which kind of defaults the entire argument of, do you understand? So it's very weird and very touchy on what exactly is wanted in the etiquette of the gaming space. Like, if you want to be equally, y'all seen my logs when I talk to these fucking motherfuckers on the other team. I am going in on them, but I feel like if I were to do that to like a streamer that ended up being a female, you already know I'd be canceled 19 different ways. Not that I give a fuck, but
I do feel though that if my partner had a big problem like that, right? I feel like it's like a problem, and I would agree to like not duoing. Right, but I think being in a game with another girl, I can't say that's a problem. I feel like you should hold strong to like your partner wanting that. I think that's too far.
Yeah.
I think you should hold strong. I think it's your duty to hold strong.
Ideally, I believe you're correct. But in this situation, I think he did what any husband that loves his wife is going to do. He's going to put his wife above, you know, that ideal standard set by others. But yeah, ideally, you're correct.
Just own that guy, Train.
I know, I saw that. I would have
Terrorists win.
Yeah, you literally tried to me.
Yeah, that's facts.
Talking in game to and it leading to something is only a concern when it does. People need to get that. Like, I think the concern over a random rem game that stops there, no adding, no doing anything like that, I think that's meaningless. I think it's completely meaningless.
Flashing your hat outside.
I've had the same AK for 7 fucking rounds. I'm trying to buy an op. What is going on?
Fuck me.
Garage.
Dead. Dead.
Two.
Same.
I could have swore I heard an op shot back here. Am I tripping?
Hut last.
That's kind of fucked up that he says that, isn't it? You will cry like babies before you die.
No, I just feel like the argument that it's his wife is strong enough to hold a lot of arguments, but not to that extent, was what I'm saying. I'm saying some things you just have to hold stronger, 100%. And I think that is over the edge that you should definitely hold strong. Sorry, that's just my, I can't, the more I think about it, the more I agree with my own thinking.
Flashing behind you, Train.
Cool.
Get it. Outside one. He's credit card.
Yeah, so I got pushed over the edge, guys.
Dead.
Bro, I feel like I'm playing better tired. This is crazy.
I got pushed over the edge. This is really bad.
My bad.
What
My bad. Don't worry about it.
That's the ramp play.
Okay. Let's say you very much love your wife. But you very much love her. I love your wife. And then she tells you like, yo, dude, I don't fucking know. You can no longer talk to your parents. Right? Do you cave in or do you hold?
Yeah, but parents and wife are like, that's a bad example, like, right? In that decision, you're defending your.
I'm taking it a step further to give the analogy a chance.
No, but the analogy isn't. It's not comparable. It's not the same, right? Because it's
No.
wife with random girls that he doesn't know.
No. I said
you're comparing parents that.
Right? No. I'm not characterizing it, the people that are alienated or the severity. I'm doing this example to highlight the fact that you're letting somebody make you do something. When do you say no? Sorry, we're not doing that. Like,
Okay,
you just always cave in?
Okay. So here's where okay, listen. Here is where the virtue signaling and high roading comes in, and let me explain why. Okay, I don't need to say anything here, but I need you to think of your relationships.
Yeah.
Have you not, in the name of what you believed was love, done things that were irrational for that 100%. Individual?
Absolutely, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's easy when you're outside of it to say, this is wrong. I wouldn't do this.
When do you put the foot on the ground, though? I think there are scenarios where you have to put the foot on the ground. You just have to.
Yeah, but see, that's per person. So the problem with the internet is everyone gets to pretend to be perfect, and they get to project that false sense of perfection onto other people, and they get to tell them what to do. That's not how it works. Jason and his wife can do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting anybody. They can do what they want to do, and what they were doing wasn't hurting anybody until the person exposed it as being what it was. So at the end of the day, like, that's between Jason and his wife, right? Like that's my take. That's between Jason and his wife. It's not for anyone to tell him he needs to put his foot down with his wife. Like, that's between him and his wife. It's not between us or the internet or whoever the fuck we're seeking approval or validation from. That's between them two.
That would make sense if there was not a path to where it could get out. Right? If the mod didn't know, or the person, or whoever the fuck didn't know, yeah, that makes sense. Because the circle starts and ends.
Can I ask you this, X? Let me just play... Let me play into what you and everyone else has been saying, okay?
Okay.
Let's say Jason was vocal about it. He's like, you know what? I don't want to play with, anyone on the team. It makes, my relationship, it causes strains.
Garage.
Let's be realistic here. Who is that really hurting? I'm telling you right now, people want to be outraged. People, they're looking for... Who is it actually... No. Who is it actually hurting? What woman is actually offended, insulted, or like... Who is it actually hurting? It's not. People are just looking for fucking like that is like
you know what? I'm actually going to disagree a little bit. I have to.
Okay, then do it.
Okay. The reason why I disagree is that overall, I think at the very least, let's say you're a girl, being a girl that plays games, you're already a minority. You're already getting clapped all the time. Oh, what? It's true though. Are you not?
Brother, Jason or not wanting to play with you has nothing to do with minorities or anything like that.
I'm not even there yet though.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
And I'm saying that overall, seeing somebody in a game and then this could be you as a girl. You see, oh, I could be that person. You get into a game and then the game gets dodged on the basis that you're there as a girl. It feels like, oh man, I mean, this is kind of shit. Like, is this happening to me when I play games and when I'm at high rating games? The girl's gonna do that. If you know I'm a girl, she's gonna leave the game. That sounds just shitty. I think you need to understand that rejection is one of the harshest feelings that we have socially.
Outside.
In social dynamics and settings, rejection is really, it's very tough.
I think for me, yeah, I agree with you, but I don't think that has anything to do with this situation. I think if Jason was single and he was still like banning chicks from his chat, was still dodging games, then I'd say yes. There was definitely some, misogynistic, sexist, hateful stuff that it's rooted, from, and it's wrong. But that's not the case. It's not the case. It's something that, was being done because it was between him and his wife. His wife didn't feel comfortable or whatever the reason was. And that situation, if it's stemming from that, it's no one's fucking business. Like that's my honest take. Like, if it was stemming from an actual deep hatred for women from his own personal views, then I'd agree with everyone. I'd say that's fucking wrong. We shouldn't have someone hateful, doing what he's doing. But it's not. It was stemming from a relationship, whether you call it insecurity, whether you call it preference, whether you call it whatever you want to call it. It was coming from the relationship. It had nothing to do with hate toward this or that. It had nothing to do with...
It extends to other people, though. I think you can understand that the first time, though.
I don't think it extends to... I think people are reaching and trying to act like they're fucking God and perfect. Like, if anyone was actually...
I'm just trying to give you a counter
not you. I'm saying I think that entire thing was people... It just... Everyone's just... The internet is a wild place, especially with content creators, bro. Everyone's acting like they're this and that. Like, there's no... Brother, I'm telling you, half these creators... they can sit here and high road all they want, but I know for a fact they're not letting their girl hang out 3 fucking of the clouded up, most good-looking fucking creators. Like they're not. Like there's no shot fucking one of these dudes that's here high roading is gonna let you know their girl hang out with me and you X and go party. Just me, you, and her and go party with other. There's no shot, and that has nothing to do with, you know, misogyny or sexism or this and that. It's just like. That's just relationship.
Yeah. But
every relationship has their thing.
I think those dynamics are very, very much different than whenever you're put with people that are randoms. Like when it's like a party and whatnot, right? And there's like certain. I don't think it's the same thing as like being put in a setting where you're gonna be stuck with other random individuals to achieve a task, which is fucking playing the game. I think that's the difference.
I think.
There's an expectation. Okay, but hold on. I think there's an expectation in that instance where you're with somebody, you're going to have to know with them, you're going to have to cooperate with them, you're stuck with them, you have to do right. A party is different. You can just walk around and do whatever. Like people will never like really think about where you're moving, who you're talking to, but that deep, where it's gonna come out and hurt anybody. Like nobody gives a fuck about you being in a party. You being in a game though, where you have to talk to people and you have to be there, people will notice. People will know. So whether it's between you and somebody else, it will, by extension, go to other people, and that people feel that. And I don't think you can't deny that. It's not a one-to-one thing. Otherwise, it would have said one-to-one thing, but it didn't.
I think it's between him and his wife, and I think as long as it doesn't stem from anything hateful, which I don't think it was, then I really don't think it's anyone's fucking business. Like I think it's that simple. I think everything else is just high road and virtue signaling, made up bullshit in people's heads to get angry. That's what I honestly think it is. I think it's ridiculous. Like if his wife said, "Yo, I don't feel comfortable with you having girls in your chat or you playing with girls," listen. That Jason made his decision. That's his life. That's his personal. That's his wife. He's choosing them over everybody. Like I don't think it stemmed from anything misogynist or sexist. I think he did it for his wife because she preferred it that way. Whether it stemmed from insecurity, that's not on us or anyone else. That's between them and their therapist. And that's my honest take. I don't think this is anything crazy. I think we live in a world where Twitch and its creators have fully mind-fucked all of us into thinking that everything is stemming from something absolutely hateful, something to do with minorities, something that's sexist, racist, misogynist. I think it's, bro, the fact, I'm telling you, bro, like, it was only until I stepped away from Twitch where I realized, like, half the jokes I'm scared to make actually aren't fucking bad. They're not. And as you can see, I haven't changed. I haven't gone night and day switching from Twitch to Kick. I'm still the same old me. But Twitch has taken things to the extreme, and let me keep it a buck with you. Twitch is no place to act like there's some left fucking platform. These guys are left when it comes to the politics, but when it comes to business and money, they're fucking extreme right. You understand? They're fucking scamming. They don't believe for the workers. They don't believe any of that bullshit. They're playing the same fucking game. I'm telling you, I think everyone's fucking absolutely brainwashed, fucking tinfoil hat on Twitch. And I don't think this Jason situation is that big of a deal whatsoever. Now we can agree to disagree. I'm cool with that. But I'm not gonna budge. I do not think this Jason situation is anything close to what people made it. And I think if anything, the person who quote unquote leaked it did more damage than Jason R and his wife. And that's my honest take. And I'll double down on that. Yeah,
but that's how it's always going to be though. Like
it's always no. It's always going to be, because if they were hurting people, let me clarify something. If they were hurting people and it was being hidden, then the person who leaked it did a good thing.
Okay.
But in this situation, they were not. They were not.
Okay, Train. Yeah, okay, listen. By only attacking it, now I'm gonna make a counter argument. By only attacking it, the nature of your argument here, only the nature of it, right, and why you're doing it. At that point, you could make the argument that it was bad or weird, and more damaging for people to leak the HREOC thing that he did on stream with the fucking with the AI girls, right? Because it caused more damage than what the damage was caused initially by the actual thing itself. You agree with that?
Yes and no. The yes would only be in the part where the site was given more exposure, and I think even the girls themselves agreed with that. They didn't like how it was being talked about because the site now was being given more exposure and people had more access to it when they weren't otherwise aware of it, right? So in that situation, yes. But on the contrary, there is a no side to it because it was something that, you know, had to be talked about, and some of the girls felt like they needed to come forward to put a stop to it, right? So that's why it's a yes and no. In the situation of Jason R and his wife, no one was being hurt through what they were doing because no one even knew. He was DCing from games, and and the mods were, you know, timing out people that his wife didn't feel comfortable being there, right?
I think you're making the assumption that nobody noticed and nobody knew before it was public. I'm sure there was some maybe small or sub communities or even the mod communities that probably knew that they seen people get banned in the chat because of that.
Let me ask this.
And they were
So let's say a female streamer knew she got banned because she was a girl and Jason's wife didn't want him to play with her.
Austin, do you want to go to bed?
Who's that hurting?